Hello there, I am Dr. Okolugbo. You're welcome to my YouTube channel where we'll be solving problems relating to business mathematics, business statistics, analysis for business decision, as well as other related topics. I want to encourage you as you go through these videos with me, you have your paper, your pen, and your calculator to solve these problems with me. Also, please do like, share, and subscribe so that you can receive notifications for upcoming videos that we'll be uploading. Thank you. Thank you for joining me once again. If you're new to this channel, you're very much welcome, and please follow us on what we've been doing. And I will encourage you to check the other videos that are on the channel, and do well to subscribe to this channel because great things are coming your way in recent times to come, in few times to come. So please join us in what we're doing. Today we're going to continue with our studies on correlation coefficient. I want to encourage you to look at the previous video we have on correlation, and today we're going to emphasize and reinforce what we have looked at in the earlier video. Let's look at this second example that we have. Here the question is: an insurance broker based in Ibadan wishes to examine the relationship between monthly income of civil servants and the amount of life insurance policy held by them. A survey of some workers showed the following data. These values, though they are in thousands or whatever values they are, but we just for hypothetical reasons, we're just representing these values. Now, take note that when we're talking about correlation, we are talking about relationship. Correlation, relationship. Correlation, relationship. And to calculate the correlation coefficient of these data, we will need just 3 columns in the table, which we are going to draw very quickly. Here, let's have, we want to find the correlation. Number 1, find the correlation coefficient. That's the first thing we need to find. Then 2, we also find the coefficient of determination, and that is actually the square of the correlation coefficient R. So let's write here solution, and what we do is, first of all, let's write up the values of x and y. So we have x and y here. So y, we have 9, 12, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, and then we have 25. For y, we have 22, 20, 32, 28, 35. Write this properly, okay? It's 35, then we have 32, 55, 50, and then 45. These are scattered values. We then want to find out what the relationship between income earned and the life assurance policy. So what the first column we create after we have determined x, we have written x and y, is the product of x and y. Product of x and y, we're going to find that, then square of x and square of y. So the product of x and y, what would that give us? To multiply the values here against these values here. And what we have is 198 for the first one, 12 times 20, that gives us 240. The next one will give us 448. The next one will give us 420. The next one will give us 630. 19 times 32 will give us 19 times 32. 19 times 32 will give us 608. 22 times 55 will give us 1210. Then the next one, 23 times 50 will give us 1150. Then the last one here will give us 1125. So we have, we now calculate the square of our x value, the square of x, and then the square of x is to find x. Whatever you have, you look for this sign, the exponential sign, and you press 2. So that's the power of 2. All right, so the square of x, the first one will give us 81. The next one will give us 144. The next one will give us 196. 15 square will give us 225. 18 square will give us 324. 19 square will give us 361. 22 square will give us 484. 23 square will give us 529. Then 25 square will give us 625. So that will help. The next thing we do is to find the square of y, the square of the y value. That's the other variable. So the first one, 22 square, will give us 484. 20 square will give us 400. 32 square will give us 1024. 28 square will give us 784. 784. 35 square will give us 1225. Then 19 square will give us we have 19 square. No, 32 square, 32 square here will give us 1024. Then 55 square will give us 3025. 50 square will give us 2500, that's 2500. Then 45 square will give us 625. So what we do next is to find the summation of all these columns, because we're going to use that. This is a sign for summation here. Now find the sum of x. Do that with your calculator. Find the sum of x. That will give us 157 here. Sum of y will give us 327. Sum of x times y is going to give us 6029. Then sum of x squared will give us 2969. Beg your pardon? 2969. Then sum of y. But summation of y squared will give us 1249. 12491. 12491. Okay, 12491. All right, so having gotten these values, the xy, the x squared, and the y squared, we've determined the sum, we now go on to calculate our correlation coefficient, which is given as r. What formula do we have? We have n, that's number, summation x, y, minus summation x, summation y, all over the square root, the long one, of n, open bracket n, summation x squared minus summation x all squared, close the bracket, multiply by n, summation y squared minus summation y all squared. I will close the bracket. So this is the formula we'll be dealing with. Please take note of the pattern of the formula. We have x's on one side and we have y's on one side. We have the summation x squared here and we have the summation y squared here. Then we have summation s all squared and we have summation y all squared. Up here we have the n times summation x and y, which is that one we got. Then summation x, summation y. This is the formula that we have to deal with. Now let's fill in the space. Let's put in these values that we have here into the formula. Now, how many values do we have as for n? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9. So this gives us 9 times summation xy. This is summation xy is 6029 minus summation x is 157 times summation y is 327. That's what we have. Divided by the square root, it's a long one, the square root of open brackets 10. Now let's do it this way. Let's say 10 times summation x squared. This is summation x squared, which is 2969. 2969. Okay. All right. Here should be 10. So that, 9. This is 9. 9 is n. So summation x squared, which is this one. Okay, minus summation x, which is 157 all squared. So this will be in one bracket. Multiply by 9 again times summation xy squared is 12491 minus summation y is 327 all squared. So this is what we're dealing with. So we pick them one after the other. 9 times 6029. That should give us 54,261 is 54,261 minus this times this 157 times 327. That should give us 51,339. Okay, divided by 9 times 2969. That should give us 26721 minus this one. The square of this should give us 24649. So this will be in bracket. Remember, we have a square root here that will cover this. All right, times what we should have from the product of this 9 times 12,491 should give us 112,000. No, 1 million, or what do we have? 112,419 minus the square of 327 is going to give us 106,929. So that's what we have. So let's continue with our findings. This minus this will give us 2,922 divided by, we still continue with our square roots, finding the value. This value, 26,721 minus 24,649, that will give us 2072. Okay, multiply by this value, 112,491 minus 106,929. We're going to have 5,400 490. So that's what we have. We'll continue here by writing out 2922 divided by the product of this. The product of this, it will give us square root of the long figure, which is about 11,375,280. Okay, this will further. This we have to find this value first. Or to find this value, that will further give us 2922 divided by the square root of 11 million. Know that will give us 3,372.725 thereabout. Now take note that when you are solving this, when you are solving correlation coefficient, your denominator must be greater than your numerator. Should be greater than your numerator. So we're on cost based on this. So when we find this out, this will give us 0.866. Approximately we have 0.87. So our R, the value of our correlation coefficient, is 0.87. Now we also need to find the coefficient of determination, which is when we remove all causes of variations from all what we call error term, or remove all other things that may affect the relationship. We find the square of this. This will, let me still put my arrow here. So r squared, the square of this will give us something like 0.756, so that we can say approximately 0.76. So this is the answer. Most time when you square your correlation coefficient, it gives you a lower value, just to show that you've removed all the things that could cause variation in the relationship between the two variables in question. So this is the answer to the question. I want to encourage you, as you look at this together, and make sure you have your calculator very close by, so that you can do this, and be very careful with the figures. The figures could be large, the figure could be quite extensive, but don't worry, just be careful in calculating until you get the final answer to this question. I really like to hear from you on the comment section of this video, and also do well to share this video and subscribe to this channel for great things that we have for you. God bless you.